Before we dive in, welcome to my channel. Today we'll talk about some mind-blowing stuff. She stood there. I was in the kitchen preparing to put on a surrealist show for David that would leave him completely stunned. This scene made David question if he was still dreaming or watching a horror comedy. However, the agent wouldn't spill the beans on the tenant, only mentioning it was a girl. But do you think that's because this girl met a ghostly fate? The agent's comments led David to wonder, so that's why the monthly rent has a thriller service charge. David went downstairs to verify last night's truth. To solve the supernatural mystery, she bravely ventured into a ghostly bookstore. She picked up a book on ghosts, and the shop owner approached her. "Hey, do you believe in this stuff? You just need to believe. I have a book titled Chilling Tales, and if you don't believe, the demons won't take you for tea." Right that night, David sat at the table like a ghost summoner attempting to awaken a spirit. She waved her hands dramatically, trying to summon the woman's soul, but the surroundings remained quiet, as if cursed by a silent spell. Suddenly she thought the woman must really care about her table, so she grabbed her coffee, ready to claim it. "Do you dare? We have some things to discuss," David exclaimed, as if negotiating with a spirit. David wanted to remind Lisa she didn't belong to this world, but Lisa shook her head in disbelief, like a ghost in denial. Without realizing, she stepped toward the table, suddenly realizing what on earth is going on. Lisa, panicking, tried to give David a ghostly warning, but her hand went through him. What a midnight scare. She was like a puff of air, pushing at David in anger, only to fly right through the window and impromptu launch out the window. But in the next moment, she magically reappeared in the room, seemingly accepting that she had become a spirit. "No way, I can't give up." To force David out of her domain, Lisa activated her relentless spiritual assault mode. This made David too scared to take off her pants, even in the bathtub. What a vivid interpretation of the phrase haunted house. Oh my gosh. After days of torment, David was close to losing it. She couldn't enjoy her life at all. Even watching TV had to be done cautiously, as if living in a horror movie. To completely rid herself of Lisa's harassment, David decided to call a priest in for help, but this move had no effect on Lisa. If Western methods don't work, let's try Eastern ones. They set up a mysterious ritual, but the results were there was no effect at all. After another failure, David had to call in the bookstore guy for help. The guy sat quietly on the sofa, closing his eyes to sense the vibes of the ghost. Lisa's soul is as active as someone who's chugged a few energy drinks and absolutely refuses to leave. She's not planning to leave, and David doesn't want to move either. Oh, the irony. If someone should leave, it should be Lisa, not me. The guy could only stare in disbelief. The guy helplessly rubbed his head. Lisa isn't even dead. And it's because David still has another soul within her. Do you even have a clue what you're talking about? David looked completely puzzled. "Shut up. I'm sorry. I just have a few reservations about your faulty advice." At this moment, Lisa realized she had accidentally unraveled the pain within David like a clumsy ghost. She rushed to the rooftop, sincerely apologizing to David, like saying, "I didn't mean it." She regretfully talked about her dream of turning the rooftop into a garden, but it got sidelined due to work. Though this dream feels a bit out of reach now, we have to at least give it a shot. David felt low, not wanting to discuss the lost ones, as if it were a forbidden topic. She wandered the empty streets like a directionless ghost. Finally, she stepped into a dimly lit bar, seeking amber liberation. Her friend Jack was waiting inside. He had even introduced a few girls in hopes of lifting David's spirits. David was uninterested in conversation and simply ordered 2 whiskeys. Lisa could see David was slipping deeper into despair, but felt powerless to halt it. Lisa decided to teach David a lesson, but David instinctively dodged, turning it all into an impromptu dance for Jack. "Look, she seems to have freed herself from pain and appears happy." However, she quickly noticed David was mumbling to herself, as if slipping into a psychedelic moment. Lisa gave David another warning, attempting to stop her from sinking into alcoholism, but it was all in vain. Finally, Lisa ended up possessing David, resulting in an unexpected body dance party. David uncontrollably spun in the bar, even slapping herself, leaving everyone staring in disbelief. This bizarre act left everyone at the scene feeling utterly perplexed, and Lisa was willing to leave only after she had escaped from the bar. David entered the park thinking she had finally rid herself of Lisa's presence, but Lisa followed her closely, showing no signs of Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to catch more mind-blowing videos.